Alright, on this video we are going to discuss the three core funnels for online success. And they are tripwires, webinar, and high ticket funnels. Now there's a bunch of other, of course, types of funnels with different names and stuff like that. But generally speaking, every funnel or the main ones for your business are these three. Okay? And other names or stuff like that fall into different categories of them. And what we will be doing is going through examples of each ones. I actually have some dedicated share codes of pre-built templates for you to help speed up your success. You get to leverage, some of the perks for getting this course is that we're going to save you time and money. Okay, so that's the vision, that's the plan going forward. But before we dive in those, I just wanted to kind of give a good framework for what each of these are for, and then how they are all weaved together for your business. Okay, so first thing, a tripwire funnel. And I always like to doodle out my funnels. Like if I get an idea or something like that, I'll just go ahead and just put some pages like this. Whether you can do this on a napkin, you can doodle it on your computer, whatever it might be. But it helps just to kind of see exactly where you're mapping your buyer's journey through, okay, whatever that might be. Now, a tripwire can be either, just a free piece of content, or it can be a low ticket offer, anywhere from, like, let's say $7 to like $47 kind of thing, something to get them to do business with you. And which one to use really depends on the business that you're in. You can really try both of them. Naturally, for free content, you'll get more people going through your funnel. For paid ones, you'll get less people, but a more highly qualified, lead at that point. So a basic tripwire funnel will consist of your landing page, your thank you page, a bridge or value or pivot type page. You can use different names for it, and then can ultimately, this is where you would transition into like the sales page, which then we're kind of transitioning into our webinar funnel. But so the three core ones, the tripwire is really the most basic type thing. So landing page, what we're looking for here is really to capture their desire. The whole point of the tripwire landing page is to link up whatever it is that we offer, the problem that we solve. We want to really intensify it with our ad copy. All right, and we don't want the landing page to get in the way of our desired result. Okay, and we're going to go through a couple different examples. The simpler the better, okay, because up to this point your marketing has done the work for you, so that by the time they see this landing page, it's a no-brainer and they're like, yes, take my email, take my money, show me more. And if you're selling something, you would get their email, get their opt-in first, and then have the sales page. Okay, but let's go through the first, like, freemium type option. So then once they opt in, you've stirred up their desire and stuff like that, enough to where they're like, all right, I want to know more. I got to figure out, there's an open loop here. I got to close this thought. All right, the promise here was just too enticing. I want to know more. On your thank you page, okay, the goal here is to really ramp up the passion for what it is that they desire, and give them an immediate solution. Okay, don't try to dangle the carrot too long. You don't have to tell them the whole kit and caboodle of what it is that, how to get what they want. Maybe you have a 7-step report that you're giving away, and on the thank you page you give away one or two tips real quick, and then you point them back to the email that they opted in with, because you want to make sure people are actually opening your emails. Or maybe you tease them with this video or with the ad copy on your thank you page, saying like, wow, I'm glad for you to get this report. In it, these are some of the results that from people that have read through it before you. And you like go ahead and map out and share a bunch of testimonials about why this is so engaging. So that's going to give them a reason to go click and open up your emails and read that report. Okay, now let's say that you are doing a paid tripwire. Well, same kind of thing. You're going to spark some desire. you're going to ramp up the passion. But right here, okay, on the thank you page, it might be a really short, type deal where you kind of do a 1-2 punch. You give away the free offer, okay, and then on the thank you page, you say, hey, the report's in your inbox, but I got something really amazing that I want to offer to you this one time, at a really crazy value, okay? So to do that, let me share with you some insights, and then you would direct them to either like click on a button, or the page would automatically redirect, and then you have a really short value bridge video pivot offer kind of thing. Maybe it's something similar to the 7 steps that you are giving away, or the secrets, whatever it might be. And then this is just a basic sales page going to your simple $7 offer, kind of thing, so that you're leading with value the whole time, and you're intensifying this desire you've already sparked in them, okay? And you do that through showing off your personal passion for and excitement for wanting to do this, and then you weave in a bunch of bullets, which your bullets are just weaving back and forth between your features and benefits, to really ramp that up. And this video does not have to be that long. For a $7 to $47 sale, I mean, you're talking, you can do a 5-minute video, and if you're matched up with the right message with the right person, in the right market, then this is a no-brainer. Okay, now now let's talk about just this last little pivot thing that you can go to where which is really going to be the webinar funnel, okay, which is going to look similar, but it's not the same. All right, so with a webinar funnel, you're looking more at your capture page, at these, and then right here, let me do it this way because it really doesn't represent it the best way. You got these 2, and then you really got these 3, and then your big one here. Okay, so what this is like landing page, thank you page, and then these are 3 indoctrination pages, and then the actual Webby. Okay, so what this does here is, on your landing page, a webinar landing page is really simple. It's simply like a how-to blank without blank, so how to whatever the solution that they want without the pain that they've been experiencing beforehand. Okay, that's gonna get clicks and opt-ins and people wanting to know more when it's dialed into your audience's message. Okay, on the thank you page, you list out all the reasons, why they need to watch this webinar. Okay, and there's a few other things we'll go about. There's a lot of nice pre-done templates that are going to make this really easy for you. And then ideally, you have your webinar on a Thursday, and from Friday up to that next Thursday, you're marketing to your group. And so that's what these pages right here are, to indoctrinate people into the webinar. This is just to get them warmed up to it. They don't have to, like, these videos right here are just short, like anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes, things that you can be dripping out to them, building the anticipation to the webinar. Okay, they can be simply results of people that have watched the webinar and implemented it into their life. They can be some supporting documentation, like third-party justification for things that you're going to be talking about. Like one client that we have right now, the company is called ADOT, and they make web accessibility to business owners. And so what that means is, like, if a deaf or blind person comes to your website, they need to be able to experience your content and stuff like that through a medium that they're able to use. And right now, there's a lot of frivolous lawsuits going out. It's called the ADA lawsuit, something or other, that these companies are getting hit with like $1,500 to $2,000 lawsuits, real frivolous. Even as big as Winn-Dixie and Target are getting hit. If you Google like ADA, Winn-Dixie, or Target, you would see it. So I would take something like that, and we're going to be putting this third-party source content in the follow-up so that they can show, like, look, we're not blowing smoke. This is like real stuff, and really stirring up this pain, right here, of like how to avoid it, and weaving in some proof of the solution, pain-free solutions kind of thing, but not really giving away the whole thing. until ultimately you go ahead and crush out your webinar live, and then you would send the follow-up. You would have your other pages. There's some follow-up pages that we'll talk about how you have your webinar replay with some cliff notes, and then you have your webinar replay with like a sales page almost underneath it for the people that don't watch the whole video, kind of thing. So that's your webinar. Now, does it have to be live? No. Okay, you can totally automate, and there's examples, you've probably experienced it as a consumer, of people automating this whole process along the way. And you can totally have a tripwire if you want in this indoctrination process. You could totally have a tripwire offer of like, $10 to $37 before people even show up on the webinar. They've already bought something and digested it and been like, all right, I'm getting some value from this company. So that's a webinar. And then lastly, let's do the 30,000 foot overview of high ticket. All right. So high ticket's a little bit different. High ticket, you're always going to go to an application. Okay. And to give you an idea of these price points for each of these things, like a tripwire is, I'd say 47, maybe as high as 97, depending on what you're giving away. A webinar, you're selling anything from 297 to upwards of, you can do 2K, even possibly 3K, depending on what your offer is. But really, the sweet spot is 997. Okay, to where it doesn't have to have any kind of personal interaction. It's just like, here's my webinar, here's what I offer, here's how you can get it, right? And then high ticket is for everything really in that like 3K and up. And I mean, you might have a high ticket offer that's 100,000 kind of thing. We've been doing successful high ticket offers at 5K, and it all starts, and it's a trickle effect, which we'll talk about, stacking these from a tripwire to webinar to your high ticket close. Okay, they're all built on each other for your success. You want to have all three built in your business. So what does high ticket look like? So high ticket is something where you've taught something, and let's say this is the webinar that you've taught. And what the webinar really does is teaches what to do. Your product or the offer right here shows how to do it. And then high ticket, for example, consulting or stuff like that, it basically says do it with you. Okay, and this is where you get more of that one-on-one type coaching. Of course, other high ticket things, most high ticket stuff that you're going to have is consulting. It's going to be some kind of mastermind group. It's going to be some form of bigger ticket item, okay, that requires a little bit more personal interaction for people to drop 5K. Like I do a travel product that's a 5K offer that's a huge awesome value, but people just don't feel, they feel a little bit better after they talk to somebody about this, about the offer when you're spending $5,000. Okay, so what to do, how to do it, all right, and then the big thing is do it with you. So what you would have is where high ticket basically weaves in here is you have your list of buyers from each of these, and there's going to be a group of these people that want help, they want more from you, and you should always have a high ticket offer of some sort. If you're service-based industry or stuff like that, you should have a high ticket offer where it's a specialized, whether it be membership or club or access, where like they get special service calls for the year. It's part of a certain level of service that they reserve for only elite clients, stuff like that. That's probably the easiest. There's also, of course, high ticket affiliate type offers people can do. But I think for the nature of the people that are in this, in the audience of the people watching this video right now, your high ticket offer is going to be your personal consulting where you work one-on-one with people. And the way you do that is it's all about applications. Okay. So let me kind of map this out for you. And really it's just 3 pages, and I'll explain that one later. So applying, it's all about your past clients. Okay. There's 2 things. You want social proof, okay, and you want to be the authority and influence, like as been shown as the dude without coming off looking like a doofus kind of deal. So in your application page, you're going to have a video of personal, I mean, you could just have a flood of testimonials everywhere. You're going to talk about all the things that they can expect in the next year of your mastermind or the event that you're doing. Maybe it's a seminar that you're doing, all the things that you're going to have. Then you're going to have an application page where this is where they're filling out all the questions to make sure that they apply. And then on the side here, you want to ramp up, again, still reinforcing their decision to apply by showing other people that have applied and the results that they get, kind of thing. And if you don't have any results to give, the easiest thing to do is, of course, just go out there, work for free, get some case study results from people, and they get a huge experience from you, and you get sow some goodwill with their results. Then after they apply, you got the homework page. Okay, because chances are they still have a lot of questions, and you want to educate your high-end clients as much as possible and give them every reason to do business with you. So on your homework page, you're giving them content, you're giving them videos, you're giving them third-party sources to really prove that who you are and what you do and stuff like that. And you're also having them book a call. Okay, and this is part of the application process, because this is going to be a person-to-person phone call. When we're talking on the internet, it can be Skype or just a phone call, whatever it might be. But on this homework page, it helps answer a lot of the common questions that after a while you start getting on these phones, and you see that people have the same concerns over and over. Well, you want to address all those as much as you can, so that when you're on this phone call, the phone call is basically, they know what the gig is, they know what the offer is, they know what you're all about, kind of thing. It's really just to make sure that you're a good fit for them and they're a good fit for you. And that phone call can be as simple as 15-20 minutes, where you start off just with your chit chat and stuff, and then just say, hey, look, this is a 5K thing, and I understand that that's not a small sum of money, but as you've seen everything so far, I can tell that you're really interested in this. And if I go ahead and answer all your questions today with absolute clarity, and it's all green lights for you, are you prepared to go ahead and get started today? And that's a great way to start your high ticket sales pitch, and we can go into that more later. But that's just a way that lets all this other work right here that's being done helps collapse this phone call into 15-20 minutes, and you're doing a 5K sale. I've done it many times, and it works like a charm, because that's why we love technology and we love automating the process, so that we can minimize our time and maximize our results, kind of thing. Okay, so that's the general overview of all three. But then now let's talk about how they get weaved together, because you really got to stack all these, okay, into what is your value ladder. And you're probably familiar with value ladder. If not, we're going to do a quick review. Okay, so a value ladder is the ascension process of a buyer. Okay, it's what helps get your lifetime value of your customer keep moving up, and maybe your core products are up here in the price range. Well, you got to find a reason to get them to get to that point. Okay, so the way that we do that is, as we said, with a Tripwire. And this might be a free report, and then we have some low ticket offer that's like $7 to $97. Okay, we're still kind of like in a Tripwire phase here. And then we have our webinar, or our core offer, because you can be doing this offline too. Okay, your core offer is that really nuts and bolts of your business kind of thing. What this is meant to do is just to cover your marketing expense, so that whenever you make your webinar offer, let's say it's $9.97, okay, you're basically pulling pure profit here. And then of this, after this core offer, you need a profit maximizer, because if somebody spent $1,000 with you, they're ready to spend 5, 10, 20, 30,000 with you. All right, and that's where your high ticket comes in. And this is where you guard your time, because there's going to be a certain point in your business where you're like, it's not worth, even if it's 20K. I mean, I've turned down an offer for a $25,000 offer to build some funnels for these guys, but it was going to be more painful for me to do that than that 25,000 was, because just the way that the tediousness and the amount of help and stuff that they needed, and it wasn't adding any value to the end customer. They weren't taking advice properly, and really, I just saw the end user not getting the best experience, and so had to turn them down. And that I could only do that because I did an application process. I didn't allow them just to give me 25,000 and then feel like they owned my time. Okay, that's what the applications process is for. And you'll find that your high ticket offer ends up being some of your best, a lot of times best customers, uh, really high valued, probably end up becoming buddies and stuff like that, because of the intimate nature of a high ticket offer kind of thing. So with this is how you stack your sales funnels. You build your tripwires, all right. Then you organize your webinar, and then you construct a good high ticket offer, and you link them all together so that your sales value ladder is basically your digital salesmanship, is what I like to call it, because each one of these funnels is like your own little digital person out there selling for you. Okay, it's the recordings of yourself or of your team, and they're all working for you 24/7. And with the awesome combination between ClickFunnels and Facebook and social media and everything else that we have, we can automate a lot of this and have like just a churning business model that works for us 24/7. Okay, so now what I want to do going forward, that we have that brass tacks overview of what it is that they offer. Okay, what to offer. I want you to be thinking about this as your homework before we go forward. What is your Tripwire product or info? And what you want to think about it as, what's low cost to your business but has a high perceived value to your customer. Okay, and you're okay with breaking even. Like if it costs you $20 to deliver something and you're charging 25, you're okay with that kind of thing. Or if it costs you 10 and then that you're getting a conversion for every $12 spent, you charge $30 on the front end just to cover your cost. All right, you're not really trying to make a lot of money here. You're just trying to get customers. Then what is your core offer? This is just your most purchased, most consistent product or service or offer. Maybe it's affiliate offers, maybe it's something that you've created, whatever it is, but it's what people are going to purchase the most at the most consistent volume to become profitable. And this should be at least like I said, $297 to $997. And yes, there are tons of people, just disclaimer, because I know some people will be watching this and be like, oh, well, what about? Yes, there are tons of people, and I know a few, that they make their living off of just selling a bunch of $47 offers as their core thing. But you have to do that at volume. I think a lot of these people could make a lot more money if they were to have, a little bit more value-based product that they can charge more. Okay, so yes, you can go lower, but I'm just saying for this video, this is my recommendation based on a lot of people a lot smarter than me have all said that $297 to $997 is a good sweet spot for your core offer. Okay, and then what is your profit maximizers? These are your high-end product services with stellar margins. Okay, consulting is one of the best things you can do because it turns your knowledge, your basic overhead is your knowledge and your personal time. And if you do it right, you can even automate your personal time or to minimize that, okay, with your one-on-one coaching and have like other coaches in line, or have courses for them to go through, and then you follow up to make sure that they are doing the actual implementation of your knowledge. Okay, but that's going to be your high-end stuff. So be thinking about that. Write these out as we go forward, because what I want to do next as we go through here is I'm going to give you some real live examples of different templates that I've used, different templates that I've created. I'm going to give you some models of proven industry funnels that have worked for not only myself but other people, kind of thing, so that you can go out and deploy and not have to start from scratch whenever you're building your next sales funnel. Okay, so we'll go ahead and jump into there and get started with our funnel building checklist.